Hey guys, it's Coop here, and today I want to talk to you about the entrepreneurial journey. Because sometimes you see these entrepreneurs and it's like, wow, they're having like hockey stick curve growth and everything is always positive and they just keep winning. But the real entrepreneurial journey is different. And sometimes you're going to take 2 steps forward to take 1 step back. And sometimes it might even feel like you're taking 1 step forward to take 1 step back. And so today I want to show you the path to success and what it really looks like for entrepreneurs. And if you're already partway along this journey, great. I hope this gives you some hope that things actually are going okay for you and you're doing things right. You're making progress. If you like this video, let us know by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and that'll let us know that this is the kind of stuff that you want to see more of. So we break the entrepreneurial journey down into 4 phases. There's the founder phase, the farmer phase, the tinker phase, and then a 4th phase, and that really depends on where you want to go. When you're in the founder phase of entrepreneurship, especially gym ownership, you're doing all the things, right? You're coaching the classes, you're doing the personal training sessions, you're doing the marketing, you're doing the cleaning of the floors after the gym closes, you're billing your clients, you're selling the packages, everything. Your head is down and you're grinding and it's hard work, but that's what you signed up for. And the novelty of being your own boss is kind of carrying you through. And so in the founder phase, you're going along and you're having little setbacks, maybe like, geez, a client quit, or I forgot to bill this thing, or the gym's a mess, I'm working on a Sunday, and you kind of feel like, okay, oh man, I made a mistake there. I'm going backward a little bit, I got up to 5 clients and then I got down to 4 clients. I got up to 12 clients and then I lost 2 really good ones, so I'm back to 10. But your business is so small that it's really, really easy to see that there is kind of this upward trajectory over time. And even if you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, that's okay, because it's very easy to see the positive growth happening and accumulating. And then eventually you reach this point where you're in the farmer phase. You've hired somebody to help you, and now you have to learn how to manage them. And now you have to learn how to build systems that they can follow to make the gym run as if you were doing all the jobs yourself still. But you're not, because you're working on the higher value roles and you're hiring people to do the lower value work, right? Cleaning, billing. Maybe you're having somebody do your social media for you. Maybe you've got an admin or whatever, okay? And you're still doing most of the client-facing work here. And so you're still pretty tired, and you're trying to do some marketing to get more people in to cover these new costs, etc. And so it's going to feel like, okay, yeah, I took 3 steps forward. I lost 3 clients. I'm taking 2 steps back again. Okay. And then, I took a little tiny step forward today. And then I took another little tiny step forward tomorrow. And then, crap, a coach quit and took 15 members. I'm going almost all the way back to here. But what you'll find over time is that as you use systems and refine systems and receive mentorship and get better at being an entrepreneur, these steps backward will be shorter and the steps forward will be bigger. And so your growth will start to compound. You'll just feel like, okay, I'm getting some momentum now, and you'll start to grow. And so this trajectory will always be up. Now, that's not to say that you're never going to have a setback. Of course you will. It'll still happen, but they'll be spaced out. There'll be fewer of them, and there'll be longer gaps in between them. Instead of taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, maybe you can take 3 or 4 steps forward before you take a step back again, okay? There is never a time when all of your movement is up and to the right. There's always going to be a time when you have these little setbacks, but as you grow as an entrepreneur, you get better at overcoming them and avoiding them too. So learn from other people's mistakes to avoid taking their steps backward. We've already done this for you, just keep moving forward. When you move into tinker phase is basically when your first gym is running autonomously. And so you've got somebody that's like managing it. Maybe you're still doing some stuff though. So maybe you don't have to coach all the time, or you don't have to coach, but you choose to coach. Maybe you've hired somebody else to handle sales for you and you're working on the next thing. But here's what's really interesting. Just because you've entered tinker phase, all that means is that you got a little bit of free time every week. It doesn't mean like, boom, gym is done, I'm out of it, it's gonna run itself forever now. It's perfect, it's just a cash machine feeding me $100,000 a year or whatever, you're still sometimes going to have to step in. And right here, it's really interesting to notice that like you might feel like, oh crap, I'm back in farmer phase. But just like here, when you were taking one step back to take 3 steps forward, you might feel like, oh man, something happened, I gotta go work in my gym. This is super relevant right now after 2 years of circulating lockdowns and stuff around the world, where a lot of gym owners who were here, they felt like their gym was successful in running it themselves, they're getting pulled back into their gym. Maybe because they were locked down for a long time and they lost some coaches and now they have to fill in. Maybe because their coaches are sick, or whatever, right? Maybe they lost some revenue and so they feel like they have to get back to farmer phase. What I want you to know though is that is super temporary and you're going to be back in tinker phase very, very soon. And the best way to make sure that you get back into tinker phase is not to have this push, push, push. It's to have a pull here. It's to be in a tinker level program. It's to be among people who are at this level who can pull you back up a lot faster. Because if you're not in a program, if you're not surrounding yourself with other people at this level, here's what's going to happen. And this is what happens to 90% of businesses out there. They get pulled back into farmer phase where they're doing the things over and over and they think, well, maybe this is just it for me. Maybe I've got a pretty good job, my business is fairly successful, and I'm just gonna do this till I die or sell it. And they just kind of stay here forever. Most entrepreneurs never ever make it to this phase, and the reason is not because they're not smart, it's not because the business isn't successful enough, it's not because they need more clients, it's because they don't have anybody pulling them back to that phase and saying, okay, go here, fix your problem, but then get back to here. Start growing your platform. Start expanding your impact. Start creating wealth for yourself. And if you're here now, if you feel like, man, I was doing so great, and then a certain crisis pulled me back here, I want you to look at this. Remember your trajectory over the last 3 or 5 or 10 years. And remember, there have always been setbacks. There have always been times when you had to take a step backward, but now you're good at it. And when that happens, it's just preparing you to take 3 or 5 or 6 steps forward. These small setbacks are absolutely unavoidable, but as you become a better entrepreneur, you'll learn how to rebound faster, avoid more of these setbacks, and really push off from them, launch from them. A favorite mentor of mine in the fitness industry said, Chris, when you hit rock bottom, the only thing left to do is squat. And I firmly believe that. Use these little setbacks as a time to reflect and say, okay, I've made a mistake, but I will never make the same mistake twice. I commit to making only new mistakes, and that's what's going to keep you moving long term, even though it's never a straight line. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a little bit of hope if you feel like you're going backward right now. But it also gives you a little bit of context if you feel like you've had a great run of 5 positive steps forward. You can still prepare yourself for the day when you might be taking a step back by knowing that it's coming.